Good morning, children. Children, today I, Manisha, your geography teacher, would like to teach you about rainwater harvesting. Okay, students? So, today's our topic is rainwater harvesting. So, in the beginning, I would like to give you the definition of this rainwater harvesting. What is rainwater harvesting? Students, rainwater harvesting is the accumulation and deposition of rainwater for reuse. Okay, I am repeating the definition. Rainwater harvesting is the accumulation and deposition of rainwater for reuse. Okay, so now we have to discuss some other important points about rainwater harvesting. Okay, students, so attend it carefully. Students, in our previous video we have discussed about multi-purpose projects. Okay students, about multi-purpose projects, especially we have discussed about dams. Okay, we have discussed about the process of dams. Okay, what are the profits of dams and what are the advantages of dams and what are the disadvantages of dams also. So many thought that given the disadvantages and rising resistance against the multi-purpose projects, water harvesting system was a viable alternative both socio-economically and environmentally. In ancient India, along with the sophisticated hydraulic structures, there existed an extraordinary tradition of water harvesting system. So students, before explaining more, I would like to tell you that what are these key terms like socio-economically and environmentally. What is the reference of these lines? So attend it. Students, in our previous video we have discussed that multi-purpose projects are continuously under the threat of scrutiny. We have discussed various reasons responsible for the opposition of these projects. Okay students, especially I am talking about dams. That dams are very beneficial, no doubt. The construction of these dams are very beneficial. These dams are equal to our economical growth. Okay, but along with that these dams are creating many types of problems also. So as a conclusion we can say that these multi-purpose projects are continuously under the threat of scrutiny. So at present we are going to discuss about rainwater harvesting. So rainwater harvesting is a viable alternative and it is socio-economically and environmentally, it is very safe from the socio-economically, because in rainwater harvesting we does not need very high amount of economic structure. Okay, in simple words, it does not require very high amount of money, so economically it is safe from the economical point of view. Okay, and from environmental point of view it is also safe, because when we are constructing dams, okay, so we would like to clear off the forest areas, the lots of trees, thousands of trees we would like to clear off. Okay, and so this is equal to a cost to our environment. Okay, and when the trees are going to decrease, automatically soil erosion will be there, and if more and more soil erosion will be there, then our fertility will be decreased. So in this process, rainwater harvesting, we don't have any need to create any type of harm to our environment. So this is very clear that these rainwater harvesting is very safe from economical point of view and from environmental point of view also. Let's discuss some ancient time period related to this rainwater harvesting. In ancient India, along with the sophisticated hydraulic structures, there existed an extraordinary tradition of water harvesting system. Students, in our ancient time also this rainwater harvesting system was also exist. Okay, don't think that it's a very new topic and the ancient people they didn't know about it. They know about it, and very good type of culture was there to develop this water harvesting system. People had in-depth knowledge of rainfall regimes and soil types and developed wide-ranging techniques to harvest rainwater, groundwater, river water and flood water in keeping with the local ecological conditions, okay, and their water needs. In hills and mountains regions, people built diversion channels like the Guls or Kuls of the western Himalayas for agriculture. Rooftop rainwater harvesting was commonly practiced to store drinking water. We all know about it, okay? Particularly in Rajasthan, in the floodplains of Bengal, people developed inundation channels to irrigate their fields. In arid and semi-arid regions, agriculture fields were converted into rain-fed storage structures that allowed the water to stand and moisten the soil, like the Khadins in Jaisalmer and Johats in other parts of Rajasthan. Okay, students. Now I am going to explain all these processes what we have discussed now. Okay, so attend one another page. Students, what you have to do, just attend the video very carefully and you have to write all these information in your geography fair notebook. Okay, we have discussed all these points. Rainwater harvesting is the accumulation and deposition of rainwater for reuse. Okay, we have discussed this point also, that rainwater harvesting is economically safe and environmentally it is also safe. Okay, it is an alternative in period of resistance against MPP. You know what is this MPP? This is equal to multi-purpose projects. It means clearly we can say that rainwater harvesting is an alternative in this period of resistance against multi-purpose projects. It means it is very clear that when we are paying our opposition to these multi-purpose projects, so there should be some other alternatives also to conserve the water. There should be some other alternatives also to conserve the water. So it is an other alternative, rainwater harvesting, safe from economical point of view and as well as safe from environmental point of view. Okay, variation means differences. Variation in water harvesting system, keeping the local ecological conditions and their water needs in mind. Students, you know, rainwater harvesting process, it should not be uniform in all the areas. Okay, it should not be uniform in all the areas because the people who are living in Rajasthan, they would like to accept their own methods. Okay, the people who are living in Meghalaya, they would like to accept their own methods. So it can't be same, it can't be uniform in all the areas. Okay, so this process is different in different areas. Variation in water harvesting system, keeping the local ecological conditions and their water needs in mind. Okay, so students, let me explain further. Now here are some examples of rainwater harvesting in different areas. Okay, students, now I am going to explain about some examples of rainwater harvesting in different areas. Okay, number 1, Guls and Kuls. Students, in mountains regions of western Himalayas, okay, these Guls and Kuls are exist in mountainous regions of western Himalayas. Okay, and they people would like to use these methods to conserve water. The people who are living in these western Himalayas, they would like to accept these type of Guls and Kuls to conserve water. Now you are thinking, ma'am, what are these Guls and Kuls? So just attend one other page from your chapter. Students, see this picture. See this picture. Okay. A kul leads to a circular village tank. What is a kul? A kul leads to a circular village tank as the above in the Kaza village. Okay, as you can see this picture. Okay, this is the picture from a village, Kaza village, and this is the picture of a kul. Okay, we can say it is just like a tank. It is just like a tank. Okay, from which water is released as and when required. Okay, so the people in mountain areas, so the people in mountain regions of western Himalaya, they would like to they would like to construct the this type of deep hall, this type of deep and broad hall, okay, like a pond, they would like to create, and they would like to use it to conserve rainwater. To collect rainwater, they would like to use this tank to collect rainwater, and they can use this rainwater at the time of their needs. Okay, Akul. So this is very clear that Akul leads to a circular village tank as the above in the Kaza village, from which water is released as and when required. So I think now you have clearance about what is a kul. Okay. Now learn further topics. Okay, students, and this is number 2, khadins and johads. Number 2, khadins and johads. Okay, students, you know what are these? Students, these are the systems exist in Jaisalmer and Rajasthan. These are the systems to collect rainwater in Jaisalmer and Rajasthan. Okay, in arid areas, agricultural fields were converted into rain-fed storage structures. Okay, where these systems are exist, I'm repeating, these systems are exist in the areas of Rajasthan, like Jaisalmer and Bikaner, all these. Okay, so learn what is the system of these processes, khadins and johads. Now I think you can ask a question, ma'am, what is the process of this thing? So just attend. Student, just imagine that this is our land area. Okay, this is our land area, this one. Okay, and what people does, people would like to create a type of, create some boundaries like this, people would like to create some boundaries, some heighted boundaries, so that what they can do, they can, so with the help of this process, they can store, they can collect the rainwater, so these this system is known as khadins and johads, exist in Jaisalmer and Rajasthan. Okay, I'm repeating, people would suppose this is a field area, and people would like to create heighted boundaries. Okay, heighted boundaries, so that they can feel comfortable to collect the rainwater. Okay, students, and this is rain-fed storage. Okay, attend more. In Rajasthan, especially in arid areas, okay, agriculture fields were converted. What the people does, okay, students, they people would like to create this type of structure, and by creating this structure, they would like to collect the rainwater. Okay, students, and in arid areas, what will be there if they are collecting rainwater like this? So water will stand on the same land for the long time. Water will stand on the same land for the long time. So what will be the result of this process? The soil will continuously receive the moisture, and if the soil will continuously receive the moisture, automatically the soil will be more and more fertile, and you all know very well that fertile soil is equal to good type of production. Okay, students, I think you all are agree with me. So this is the process about khadins and johads. They people does like this. Okay, and they are getting profit by this process. Okay, now I am taking one other example to collect rainwater, and it is known as bamboo drip irrigation system. Okay, student, what's the name? Bamboo drip irrigation system. Students, it is very old technique. In the beginning, I would like to tell you, it is very old technique. It has been found in Meghalaya. Where? It has been found in Meghalaya, and you all know that Meghalaya is one of the northeastern states. Okay, students. And one more thing, this process does not require high technical process. Okay, this bamboo drip irrigation system does not require high technical process. Okay. In Meghalaya, I have told you that this system exists in Meghalaya. Okay, and it is very old technique. Approximately we can say it is very old, like 200 years old system. 200 years old system of using bamboo pipes. Okay, people would like to use bamboo pipes in this process. That's why it is known as bamboo drip irrigation system. Okay, and their purpose is only one: to transport water. They use these bamboo pipes, okay, to transport water in their field areas. So just attend what is the process in this bamboo drip irrigation system. Students, just see, these are mountains. Okay, these are mountains, and just imagine that it is a stream. It is a stream. Okay, and what people does in this stream, okay, they would like to carry, they would like to take a bamboo. Okay, like this, like this they have taken a bamboo. And you know the structure of bamboo. Okay, and after taking this bamboo, they would like to break down it. And when they would like to break down it, it will be like this. It will be like this, like a pipe. Okay, these two parts are equal to different pipes. And you know what the people does, the people would like to use these pipe type of structure. This is just like a structure, just looks like a pipe. They would like to use these pipes to transport water. Just see this one. Okay, these are the bamboo pipes. Okay, students, and just these dots are equal to joint portion there, and this is another bamboo pipe, and this is another bamboo pipe. So what the people did, they connected the different bamboo pipes with the other some helping material. They connected the different bamboo pipes with other helping material like this. Okay, so students, easily you can understand that it is like an artificial piping. It is like an artificial piping. Okay, students, so it is a stream. So from the stream the water is coming down, and the water is coming in these pipes and flowing further and further like this. And in this way this field area is getting water. Okay, students, in this way this field area is getting water by these bamboo pipes. Okay, students, but we have one disadvantage also of this bamboo drip irrigation system. We have one disadvantage also of this bamboo irrigation system. So just discuss what is that. Students, you know these pipes are totally open, not covered. Okay, if we are taking very proper covered type of high technical pipes, then if you are giving like 10 buckets of water in those pipes, so very clear that the same amount of water you will receive. 10 buckets of water you are giving into a pipe, and when the release of the water will be there, same amount of water you will receive, because the pipe is covered. But in this system these are natural bamboos only. Okay, and people divided these bamboos into two parts. So you can frame a picture in your mind that uncovered pipes, these are uncovered pipes, and many times a high amount of leakage can be there. And you know this water travels a long journey, uncovered pipes, leakage also. So you can easily understand that 18-20 liters of water enters the bamboo pipes. If you are giving 18-20 liters of water, okay, and this water enters the bamboo pipes, and 20-80 drops reaches at the site of plants. Okay, I will explain this line with the help of one more page that has been included in our chapter in our geography book. So just attend that page. Students, see this one, bamboo drip irrigation system. Okay, students, in Meghalaya, I have told you, our 200-year-old system of tapping stream and spring water by using bamboo pipes is prevalent. Okay, we have discussed all these things. Just discuss this thing. about 18-20 liters of water enters the bamboo pipe system. Okay, just imagine this much amount of water enters the bamboo pipe system, gets transported over hundreds of meters, as I have told you, gets transported over hundreds of meters, and finally reduces to 2080 drops per minute at the site of the plant. Okay students, I think it is clear to you that this amount of water enters the bamboo pipe, gets transported over hundreds of meters, and finally reduces to 2080 drops per minute at the site of the plant. So this is the main disadvantage of this bamboo drip irrigation system. Okay student, just see these pictures very carefully, then you will get a very transparent idea about bamboo drip irrigation system. Like I have told you, people would like to break down these bamboo pipes. Okay, and students, you know, you will find this type of structure, you will find. Okay, these type of structures, and okay, and after getting the structures, they would like to connect one bamboo pipe with other. Like, see this connection, this pipe is going to connect with this one. Okay, and like this you can see, and these are also the connections of bamboo pipes. Okay students, so this was the explanation about bamboo drip irrigation system. So students, in this video we will discuss this much only. Okay, so just get a revision that what we did today. We have discussed that what is rainwater harvesting. Okay, and after that I gave two different pages about the explanation of some different examples of rainwater harvesting in different areas. Okay, so I have given these definitions also. What are gulls and kulls? These are exist in the western Himalayas. Okay, and khadins and johads, we have discussed about these are exist in especially in Rajasthan, like Jaisalmer and Bikaner also. After that we have discussed our third one, bamboo drip irrigation system, and this process exists in Meghalaya. We have discussed all these things. Okay students, so what you have to do, just attend this video very carefully. Okay, and prepare all these notes what I am giving to you, all these notes in your geography fair notebook. Okay, this thing also you have to frame in your geography notebook and try to learn also. Okay students, in my next video we will discuss more about rainwater harvesting. We will discuss that basically what is rainwater harvesting, because a separate question also may become about what is rainwater harvesting. Okay, and these are the different examples of different rainwater harvesting system in our India. Okay students, attend this video carefully. Thank you. Have a good day.